We're going straight into a game. It's going to be kogeT versus lancerx. This is game 2 on Outsider, it seems. Spawning at the top right position as the white Terran, we will have kogeT, and at the bottom right as the orange Protoss, we will have lancerx. And I need to update my overlay super fast here. Hold on a minute. Alright, 1-0 in favor of kogeT. The game was starting right as I entered the channel, so I just had to quickly join. And we're immediately paused. All right, perfect. Well, gives me time to make sure. Oh, no, never mind. All right, cool. So I have no idea what happened in the first game, but kogeT apparently won it against lancerx, and we're now in the second game. It's pretty cool, actually. Now, I think kogeT is decently high in the rankings. Yeah, guys, kogeT right now is tied in the 10th place slot. He has 35 points, so he's just below the cutoff. Remember, the top 8 players in points qualify for the playoff rounds, the qualifier playoff rounds. So kogeT definitely wants some points here. This is actually, I think, much more important for kogeT. I don't actually see where Lancer is. Lancer is not like in the top 12, but he might be a little bit further down. I mean, the thing is, you get so many points from winning that whoever can win the whole qualifier can still have a pretty good shot of actually making the top 8, even if they haven't got that many points yet. By the way, guys, this is a quarterfinal already, so we spent so long in that best of 3 series, which was in the round of 32, that the rest of the bracket has already made it to the quarterfinals here. Not only that, but the second game of the quarterfinals. So let me just come back here to the right place. And all right, good stuff. So hopefully nobody's angry at me for missing 30 seconds of the game because they were on break. They were getting a snack or something. Oh man, oh poor Agio. Loves both of these guys. Who to cheer for? I mean that's how it goes, right? Sometimes in these tournaments you just don't know who to pick. In these situations, I would pick, like, I know I'm a Protoss main, but right now the top 8 is only Protosses and Zergs, and I really feel we need a little bit of Terran representation up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see kogeT do well. Okay, I need to get my PVT hat on. I'm still thinking about that PVZ that I just finished casting. All right, we're PVT. We're on Outsider. Man, this is an interesting map. Could see some nice shuttle play. Could see some nice carrier play. All a possibility. See how lancerx does here. lancerx definitely a top tier foreigner, but he hasn't had the best tournament results recently. Like, I think he got knocked out relatively early in TL Open. Oh no, actually that's not true. Yesterday in the ESL Weekly, he actually made it to the finals against Bakryu, and I think he lost the first game, and then he had to go or something, so they didn't actually finish the series, and Bakryu won. But actually, no, lancerx did do quite well yesterday. Okay, so I take that back. I take that back. I don't think he's won anything recently, but he's definitely done decently well. Now, interestingly, kogeT has expanded towards lancerx. He's taken the command center that's kind of in between their bases rather than the one at the top left. I'm not 100% sure why he would do that, considering his SEV saw where the Protoss spawn. But to each his own. I mean, it would still require a shuttle for a Lancer to attack this, which is the same as the top left, so I don't think it makes that big of a difference in the early mid-game. Awardy's saying that Lancer only has 15 points at the moment, so yeah, he probably would need to win this qualifier to have a solid shot of making the top 8. Again, kogeT has kogeT has 35, okay. So kogeT has 35. Lancer has 15, and you get 75 if you win the whole thing. Right now, the cutoff, right now, the 8th place player is not for you with 50 points, 5-0. So kogeT is just below him, but not for you, I believe, is playing today as well. So remember, we're all, you know, I think all the players kind of on the border are all playing today. I mean, for obvious reasons. So so it really depends on the results. And interestingly, Siege went first here from kogeT, not opting for an FD. This actually makes sense. I wasn't really paying attention earlier, but this makes sense. He went for the wall. You know, he didn't really make many Marines. I actually don't see a single Marine here. So just going for that safe Siege expand with the back expansion. We can see lancerx also taking his back Nexus. And it's like Robo is done. Oh, we do have some Reavers, as I suggested earlier. Putting this on the right side just so it's less likely to get scouted, of course. Going for the one gateway into Reaver. He's got a Zealot in here as well. And this could do a lot of damage. It's going to be so easy for him to fly over here and attack this. Even though it's a turret here, you can drop the Reaver behind. And I think the Scarabs can actually go through like the edge, the corners. And it definitely can go around like this. Like, I think it can go through there, maybe? I'm not really sure. But we do have an SCV that actually has been pushed through here to provide some vision. Now, I don't think... Lancer knows this base is here. So he's sending a probe out to lead the way, just to make sure there's no random units to spot. He's sending the shuttle to the top left side. And hey, we got a host. Thank you so much, Sihi, for the host. Sihi always hosting up our stream. Thank you so much, dude. Welcome to all of Sihi's viewers. We are watching the second game here in the quarterfinals of the 4th and final qualifier for the $16,000 Italian Esports Open. Absolutely massive StarCraft Remastered tournament here that's hosted by ESL. So big thanks to ESL for doing this tournament. And here we go, Reaver going in, no reaction from kogeT. 2 SCVs falling straight away. Looks like, ooh, running away from the Scarab means they do not take maximum damage. Dragoon's in the front, by the way, but it looks like not going to be able to do anything with the siege tanks there. 3 SCV kills on this Reaver so far. It actually didn't get the Scarab off on this tank. He really wants to get the Scarab off. Oh man, he's missing Scarabs. The SCVs are coming back. The SCVs, 5 more SCV kills. Huge. It looks like 4 more, 7 kills so far on this Reaver. Absolutely fantastic damage done against the Terran, and it looks like speed is also finished now for the shuttle. Has got to be careful not to get too close though. Where's that siege tank? I heard a siege tank. The siege tank's on the bottom. The turret has been killed. Look at how much damage this is doing. There's the unsiege. He's going for the shot. 2 shots will kill a siege tank. No, he goes for the turret. Look at this man go. Is this the new Stork? Is this the Russian Stork? I think it might be. Oh my god, the SCVs are stacking! Oh, I can't go through here though. It has to go around. Oh, and there's a Goliath. Wait, he's in minimum tank range. He's in minimum tank. Oh, doesn't get the last Scarab off. But that was such a great harass. However, 3 command centers are already finished for kogeT, and lancerx is only just starting his 3rd Nexus. Well, it's halfway done technically. Also, he seems to have lost those 4 goons here. Okay, no, looks like he found them again. So, you know, even though kogeT lost a lot of SCVs, he will be repumping them from 3 command centers. And it looks like a 3 Zealot drop here. There's one tank. The SCVs is trying to block for the siege tank. What the heck is going on here? Lancer just with the non-stop harassment right now. Dragoons are in the front of the base, but I don't think they're really going to be able to do anything against the siege tanks. And it looks like Goliath's coming in to clean this up. Looks like the Reaver. I mean, actually, I don't know. Is there a Reaver in here, or is this just Dragoons? I actually don't know what's in the shuttle right now. Just checking the backside, seeing nothing there. The front Nexus is going to finish here shortly. Are we seeing carriers? We're seeing 2 Stargates. We're seeing double Stargates. I think this is carriers, guys. Reaver into carrier. That's how you play PvT on this map. It's quite similar to Crossing Field, actually. I feel like we're going to see, you know, more Reavers and carriers in PvT these days due to the map selection. Outsider, obviously, is a ladder map. Is being used in many places, and Crossing Field, being the new ASL map, is also being used in many places, and that's also a very good map for Reavers and carriers. And, well, looks like we have a scan here from kogeT, and he sees the double Stargate, and I think this is too early for, you know, for this to be Arbiters. Especially with double Stargate here, and he knows obviously it's Outsider as well, so I'm pretty sure kogeT will know that this is Carriers despite scanning before the Fleet Beacon was placed. Actually, maybe the Fleet Beacon was placed in the scan duration, I'm not sure. You can see the +1 air weapons being researched as well, but we got double Speed Shuttle coming out right now. Double Speed Shuttle going into the back. He's actually just going to drop some Dragoons here, it seems. No, he's actually just dropping one Dragoon, interestingly. And he's got the Dragoon wall here just to make sure no Vultures running around. But it's quite difficult to attack into this. You can see a nice full wall by kogeT. So an actual ground attack is very tricky. All he can do is really just harass a lot. Going up to 7 factories now for kogeT. Keeping in mind, by the way, even though kogeT technically has 3 bases, he's only got 2 gases, and he's making a lot of gas units, right? You need tanks and Goliaths for the carriers. You can see he's not making very many Vultures at all, so the lack of the 3rd gas is kind of hurting him a little bit, I would imagine. And we're actually just going for the double drop. There's the Reaver. How much damage is he going to do? It goes to the SCVs. The Reaver goes to the SCVs. The gateway units are just to distract. He's not pulling the SCVs. He's not pulling the SCVs. It looks like 7-ish more SCVs fall right there. He's doing so much economic damage to kogeT with the double Speed Shuttle attack. And this goon is not doing anything too useful, it seems, but man, this harassment from Lancer, and here we go, the double Stargate pump. I think this is the normal thing to do, 2 Stargates, because that way you also can keep up with your gateway production as well. If you want to be greedy, I think you can go for 3 Stargate carriers, but that's slightly more risky. That does cut into your gateway production a little bit more, and then you are at risk for like a pre-carrier timing attack from Terran. See, kogeT wants to go before the carriers come out, right? He doesn't want to just sit around in his base and wait for the carriers, and now he's going because he knows this is the time when Protoss is weakest, when he's making the carrier transition, but he doesn't have that many carriers yet, and he's also, you know, suicided a decent number of units for the harassment. You can see from the supplies are very, very close. The ground army of lancerx is quite small, but double Speed Shuttle with Zealots in could be quite risky. kogeT's going to have to make sure he targets down the shuttles with these Goliaths in order to not die, but he does have +1 weapons finished as well. That's going to help a lot, especially on the anti-air front. You can see increasing from 20 to 24 damage per volley. Meanwhile, looks like Vulture just gonna check over here. The probe's kind of in an awkward position, so it's gonna miss it, but he could just lay a mine to block this base. And here we go. Here is the ground attack from kogeT, and this is the scary thing here. The first 2 carriers are out, so they will be able to assist in the defense. They do have their +1 attack, but they don't have the full complement of interceptors yet because they have to build the interceptors as they come out. If you're from StarCraft 2, the StarCraft 1 carriers do not start with any interceptors. And here we go, he's going in a double Speed Shuttle. Most of the tanks are actually on siege. This is a bad position for kogeT. He did not siege up most of his tanks. He's gonna get murdered in the middle of the map. No, it's actually really close. Actually, wait a minute. Siege tanks in attack move are still pretty good. And kogeT wins the engagement despite lancerx pretty much attacking in the best possible way that he could. No units in front of the tanks, more than half the tanks unsieged. I think only 3 tanks were in siege mode there. And kogeT just mowed down the army. The carriers not online yet. You can see 5 interceptors, 4 interceptors with +1 attack. The DPS is still very low from these carriers. And Goons, it looks like, just running to the death. He needs to fix his rally points as well for this. The carriers need to pick off the tanks, because the Goons and Zealots will be able to pick off all the Goliaths. The tanks are the things that the carriers need to help deal with, but he's going to lose the Nexus, he's already lost the Nexus. Really bad position for lancerx, and great attack here from kogeT. If he had waited another minute, you know, the next 2 carriers would have been out. These 2 carriers, the first 2 carriers would have had 8 interceptors each, and that attack would have been much more difficult. Right now, meanwhile, it looks like actually kogeT's the one expanding to the left side main. lancerx is taking the back expo, and he's now moving around with his carriers to try and get something done, but kogeT knows the damage is done here. Oh, can he save the tank? Oh man, do you see that leash range? Interceptor leash range is actually insane. It's like 21 range or something absurd. But a lot of 1-1 Goliaths on the field. Like Zella just gonna lead the charge here. take some mines for the team. And this is so interesting. Look at this. Both players having expansion. Actually, wait a minute. kogeT's going to mine out these minerals, which means he can actually do a ground attack against that Nexus. But the carrier's coming in. They're going to take down this siege tank straight away. But look at this. There's actually a ground connection almost between the two main bases. Now more vultures are coming in, though. Here we go. kogeT going in for the continued attack. He's got a huge supply advantage. 150 almost to 97. Ooh, not quite. Oh, no. The carrier's in the wrong position. He could snipe one. He's going for the carrier snipe. Not quite. And he's going to get one carrier. Oh my god, the second carrier might even fall here. The second carrier is barely going to fall on the last volley. However, there's not many units to support these Goliaths, so the Dragoons and the Zealots are going to tear them apart. They're going to just try and throw down their lives for the last carrier, but they're not going to be able to do it. So quite a big army lost there by kogeT. You can see his supply plummeting down to less than 120. But managed to pick off all but one carrier, which is severely damaged here. And now lancerx getting mined out at this base. He's getting mined out at this base. He's going to be only mining from this base in a second. And once again, you look, it's opened up. The Dragoon has actually walked into the base. And the probe has seen the left side base as well. But lancerx has no ground control, so there's nothing he can do about it. The SCV's actually murdered the Dragoon. Wow. Very interesting. Alright, well, looks like kogeT moving in again. 45 supply lead for him. This probe guy's just like, wait, I was supposed to make a Nexus here. Hello? Is that a turret? Oh man, now he's building turrets. But Lancer is not mining from here. He's just mining from his natural and a little bit from here, but see, only 6 probes right now. Lancer's economy is super shot. He's gonna have to do some insane carrier micro or something to come back. He's only got the one carrier left though. He's trying to rebuild some more. Alright, looks like he's gonna clear some mines at the front. That's pretty good. But look at this non-stop aggression by kogeT. This is really, really nice. Not giving Lancer any time to breathe. Meanwhile, looks like he's actually taking the double gas here in the back. Very interesting. He's taking the middle mineral only, and now he's taking the double gas to even it out. Because remember, he also mined the mineral only at the right side. Very, very cute. And here we go, big attack coming in. It might not even matter though in the end. 3 carriers are here, but I don't think they have, they have almost no interceptors to actually use. And the Goliaths will take down a lot of the interceptors. The Goliaths now engaging with the Protoss ground forces. There's only 1 siege tank here. But it looks like it's going to be enough. Oh man, lancerx's Dragoons all exploding. And I think this is going to be the end of lancerx's run for the Italian Esports Open here. He only had 15 points to start the day. Dropping out in the round of 8 will not be enough for him to make it to the top 8, I think, given the current standings. Wow, 2 more carriers falling while he wasn't paying attention. I'm not even sure what he was looking at right there. And kogeT really improving his chances, making it to the semifinals, actually. Yeah, making it to the semifinals. After this game, the last carrier, not quite gonna fall, but it's only got 2 interceptors. It's not a thing. It's not a threat anymore. Meanwhile, kogeT just making another command center here. Mining all of the bases. And GG from lancerx. kogeT 2-0s his way into the semifinals. Very well played by him. I mean, he took so much damage from the Reavers. I thought lancerx was in a great position after all that Reaver harass. But kogeT, with that nice pre-carrier timing, takes it down, and that means we are going to be looking for another game to cast.